Towson Gymnastics back in action this weekend on the road. We are with head coach Vicki Kalishchik. And Vicki, last weekend, a tough loss at Bridgeport. Your team put up a pretty good score, but Bridgeport puts up a school record, and in gymnastics, I guess there's not a whole lot you can do about that.
No, not really. You know, obviously they were on, they hit. We had some mistakes, and that's what resulted in the score.
Mm-hmm. In terms of your score, not the highest score that you've put up all year, not the lowest score that you've put up all year. Tell me about how the meet went a little bit, and maybe where, I guess maybe there could have been something a little bit better.
Well, we just had some little mistakes, and they're not really mistakes that the girls are making as far as large technical mistakes or anything like that. It's just most of it comes down to their confidence and, doing what they do in practice every day. And sometimes when you get in a meet, especially in a situation where, they knew they weren't winning at that point, that you just get a little bit tight and, they just need to relax and go back to, I do this every day in the gym and trust that. And that's right now where our mistakes are coming from. So, there's not really much we can do about that either right now other than compete more and trust it.
Mm-hmm. Casey Catanzaro, one of your seniors, the all-around individual champ last weekend at Bridgeport. She was honored by the ECAC for the second time this year as Gymnast of the Week. And then Avis Hickson, another of you seniors, the Coach's Choice from the ECAC this week. Great honors, but I would assume that for two of your seniors, you're expecting them to be able to perform at that kind of level.
Certainly. The difference with Casey and Avis is Casey's had some injuries over the years. She hasn't really competed all around since her sophomore year, so for her to step in and be competing and winning, that's new for her as an all-arounder. And Avis had never competed all-around before, and this year has added bars and beam. So, those are two new events for her as well. So, although, she's kind of got floor and vault down, it's a new experience to be out there competing all-around. And for her to hit and hit when we needed it, especially last up on beam, last event, after, like I said earlier, some mistakes throughout the meet. Again, knowing at that point that we weren't going to bring home the win, for her to do that was huge.
Mm-hmm. This weekend, as we mentioned, you'll be back in action. You're going back to Ursinus, where you opened the season, but this time you'll be taking on them and Brockport. This meet, what are some of the things, you talked about confidence a little bit with this team. Are there any things that you're trying to specifically clean up as the season goes along, and you guys can maybe post some higher scores as the season wears on?
Well, absolutely. We want to fix those mistakes. We want to get a higher road score. Mm-hmm. This week was a little bit better because we had 2 additional days in the gym. Last week was a short week for us because of competing on Sunday and then Friday. This week, we have 2 extra days. So yesterday and Monday we came into the gym and had some pretty hard assignments since we had those 2 full days of practice, which we didn't have the week before. So the girls are off today, doing some stretching, doing some rehab, and then we'll be in tomorrow and Friday with some team events again. But we kind of put them to a challenge to them this earlier in the week in order to fix some of those mistakes and get some more numbers and repetitions in that will ultimately help them.
Mm-hmm. On the road this weekend, but then back at home for the Shelley Calloway Invitational, not far away. I'm sure a win would make you feel pretty good about coming back in front of your home fans a couple weeks from now.
Absolutely, and that's alumni night as well. So we're having alumni reception, and we have a large turnout already of RSVPs. So we're very excited about that to have our alumni back. We have something up our sleeves to welcome them, and have them be a part of the meet for a little bit. And it'll just be great for that bridge to be gapped between the girls on the team and the alumni, and then of course it being at home.